Thank you, sir.
More to the table than your hope, dreams and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg DeVille, help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real,
all right, we're getting ready to go live, everybody.
If you want the real, listen to Greg DeVille, he'll tell you how to do it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in.
Tune in.
Here to help.
Here to help.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Here to help.
Here to help. Gotta love that intro, right? Thank you, IC Jones. Appreciate you, bro. Good job. Good job. All right. You make me look good, man. All right. Ready? All right. Good morning. Good morning, Las Vegas. Greg DeVille back in the air chair once again to share more great information with you, to give you the opportunity to start creating generational wealth. As you know, I am Greg DeVille, the broker owner at DeVille Realty Group, along with my lovely wife, the Queen, Marquetta DeVille. We want to thank you for tuning in. We're vastly approaching our 7th year right here at Power 88, the People Station, sharing information. Look, in the month of July, there were 2,900, just about 3,000 homes sold in the month of July. Now, someone said that I'll wait, and you know, I think this is not a good time. You missed the sale when interest rates were on sale. Interest rates were on sale back in 2020, 2021. You know, if you missed the boat for procrastination because you felt like you were in a lease and you couldn't move out, listen, we had low interest rates. And that was a great time. But I have good news today. Although you've missed that 2.5 and 1.75 and 2.5, we're at currently 5.75 to some of you 6.25. Okay. Now understand this. At least the advantage to you owning a home today is it's a fixed lock rate, because unlike the landlord who can go up at any given time, right? Now, many of you I've heard from who stated landlord has either gone up a ridiculous amount or has decided to sell their property. And now what are you going to do? So either you purchase that property that you're currently residing in. How would you do that? Contact Team DeVille. We have several ways to help you be able to qualify. But now it's predicated on you getting a pen, telling a friend. Our phone number, 702-515-4100, or you can text us at 702-787-7559. It's imperative I hear from you. We've just gotten over $1 million to give away. I've got to use it or lose it for the down payment program assistance. Now, many of you know I'm the down payment guru. I mean, I'm always finding a way to give you no money down. Now, some of you may not qualify because there are tight guidelines to, being able to qualify. Now, they can give you a game plan as to how to qualify. You just have to make contact with Team DeVille. 702-515-4100, or you can text us at 702-787-7559. I've got to hear from you. We've got funding for our community to help build homeownership and begin creating generational wealth through equity. Now, when someone asks me about this equity and wealth, so understand, when you're paying someone's rent, they're getting the equity and the wealth. You're paying down the principal of that mortgage that they owe every time you pay. So let me say this. If you take the opportunity, contact my team. My team will put you in position. If you're not ready right now, let me be transparent. I wasn't ready when I came initially in 2015. The decline of the market, we lost stuff, right? But we had to have a new beginning. Our new beginning, here's the great part about this new beginning, is that the lender will help you understand what exactly you need to do to prepare yourself. When I contacted the lender, shout out to my friend, she said, DeVille, you're not ready, but here's what you need to do to prepare yourself. She said, within 90 days, you'll be good to go. Now, understand this. You can get a game plan or a strategy, or even call it a prescription to help you get or feel better in your situation. Because I'm going to tell you now, the landlord is going to sell that home. And if you don't qualify to purchase, bye, baby, bye, right? You're going to have to go. Let's be very real here. You know, we've been messing around long enough, sitting on our seats to do nothing. It's time to do something. It's time out to stop paying someone's mortgage down and letting them get what we call the equity. Now, they owe less, right? Every time you pay that mortgage, that rent, they owe less. So what's the advantage to the landlord? He owes less, but the home is worth more. He has more invested into it now. Good morning, Printers. Good to have you, man. Burrell, all right, good to have you. McCoy, good to see you on the show with us today. Listen, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in. But I do want to make sure you understand what I used an analogy yesterday on my other talk show. I have several talk shows throughout the week. As many of you know, this is what I do. I educate the community on the power of generational wealth. Creating wealth through equity is our slogan. So with that, I'm taking on several shows to make sure that we're getting the word out. I've got $1.2 million. We've got to use it or lose it. And it's allocated for down payment assistance program in our community. So now, if you need to use those funds, I need your scores at least a 620. I need you to be on a job at least 2 years. I need you to have completed your taxes for at least the past 2 years. If you're an entrepreneur, I want you to understand there's a possibility. We have programs that can help using your bank statements. 1099. Those guys that are 1099 like myself, we're entrepreneurs. We're independent contractors. Guess what? There's a loan for you out there. I hope you're saving money. I can get you into a home with a 580 credit score if you got some money saved, or guess what? Or if you have a 401k on your job. That just means you paid some of your bills. Look, it doesn't matter. You didn't do well with taking care of responsibility. You don't have to continue to be punished about that. 580 minimum credit score if you've got it. And now when you ask me what is a down payment? Well, down payment at closing costs, you need to have at least $20,000 saved or in the 401k. Anything less is going to just get you a condo. Now, is anything wrong? You probably live in a condo now, townhome, a condo, whatever. Get something that you can start investing into your own self, right? Because what happens is the landlord, so I told a story on my other show yesterday. A client called me. She had gotten her mail. She was opening the mail, and the letter said she was approved for, she was approved for, I keep going out, Mr. Engineer. I don't know what that's about. Brother Paul, I keep going in and out here. I'm going in and out on, I don't know what's happening. Something going in and out on me here? I don't know. So I told the story. She opened letter. She was opening some mail, and she just opened all the mail. And this one letter, she was approved for $162,000. With that approval, she realized when she looked at the approval, it wasn't her approval. It was the owner's approval. The owner had gotten approved for a refinance. The refinance was for $162,000. Did you know if you own a home, you can refinance your home and take cash out? He was able to get $162,000 cash out of the home that she's paying rent on. Now she thought, well, Mr. DeVille, this letter, it's the landlord. I didn't realize it was the landlord. I said, yeah, he's approved to do a refinance and get that much money on what you're paying rent on. And then when he gets that money, because guess what? You've been there 7 years. You've paid down the principal. He's got that much equity he can get. Why? because you paid it down. So that's the benefit you should have versus, guess what? The landlord should get. Okay. Now, if you want this to be you in the next several years, you need to start now. I got a call yesterday. Lady said she's been hearing me for years, and she's finally got pushed against the fence. That she said, I have to call you because the landlord is selling the house. Another person called, said the landlord is going up on the rent more than I believe it's worth, and I think I could own a home for what I'm going to pay rent now. And I said, you're absolutely correct. Even if it's a couple $100 more, at least you're investing in yourself, right? Because the guy who was able to get that approval for $162,000 that he could get out of the home that he doesn't even live in, that's just his rental property that you've been renting and paying the mortgage through your rent, and he's getting the benefit. Those are the kind of examples I want to use to help you understand. It's your time. Frank White, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Listen, this is the opportunity now. You've been waiting long enough. You've been putting it off. You've been saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get to it, DeVille. I hear you, man. I've been hearing you. I'm going to keep coming at you. And when you get in, I want you to tell a friend, because what I do isn't for money. I do this because I've been called to this. We get paid, but that's not my sole purpose. My purpose is to build my community and build generational wealth in my community. If I can help you, guess what? The blessings will come on me for helping you. But that's what I've been called for. Absolutely, I have to pay to be on the radio, but guess what? It's worth it when I see another black man, a woman, a family get a home. My Latino community get a property and start investing in your own self. It's enough of this. Now, listen, I don't hate landlords, because eventually I'm going to rent my house and move on to another one. But being a renter is a temporary fix. If you've been renting longer than 3 years, you're considered a first-time buyer. I don't care if you owned a home before, you're considered a first-time buyer. So the first-time buyer, here's the advantage for you. As a first-time buyer, I just told you I have $1.2 million we just got granted through one of our local banks. We just got funding. Now, with that being said, take the advantage to get on board. If you're a family that you know maybe don't hear this radio talk show, but guess what? They have the opportunity. They have the opportunity to get the information from you. Listen, don't ask, can you give me my number to them? Do me a favor. Would you please give them my phone number, 702-787-7559. They can text or call that number, or they can contact my Northwest location, 702-515-4100. Now, I want to talk to those of you. Our time goes really, really fast. We only get 30 minutes to give all this information. But I hope you're listening and sharing it, as many of you have done already. And let me appreciate and park my truck right here and say, let me appreciate many of you who have given my website, my information, my phone number, my name, because people Google me. I don't care how you get me. Get to me. You've got to contact me. Have your family. If you know they've been on the job longer than 2 years and they're paying rent, say you need to contact DeVille. You need to contact DeVille. DeVille has programs. He's got credit people that can get you on track if you're not there. We have people who will put you in position to get there. Shout out to Diana Dykes. Good morning, Diana. Good to have you. One of our preferred lenders. Listen, the opportunity is now. No need to continue to wait. What are you waiting for? Let me just pause. I'm not supposed to give free airtime. I mean, open airtime as far as dead silence. But let me just pause and ask you to ask yourself an inner search. Examine yourself. What are you waiting for? What are you afraid of? The worst can be told is no, not right now. That's it. Worse is no, you're not ready right now. But here's what you can do. Here's what you need to do, right? He said radio broadcast is good. No interruption. Yeah, it's good. But I only get 30 minutes on this show. But guess what? But I expect, or at least I depend on Frank, people like you and Neek, Prentice, to tell others about the show. Okay? I need you all to share that information with someone. Maybe they can't hear it. But you could say, look, contact DeVille. He has some money. He's got to use it or lose it. He's got to give that money away, right? And so definitely want to make sure we're getting the word out to help many of you. Kenya Young, good morning to you. Don't forget tonight, you all, we're going to be with Kenya Young. You want to learn how to write a book? I'll tell you what, Kenya Young, go to Facebook. She's on there. Kenya Young, Young. Kenya's got a book class tonight that I'll be attending as well to learn how to start on writing a book. You've been meaning to do it. You've got a testimony. You've got information, and you've been feeling inspired to write this and put it in a book, but you don't know where to start. I think Kenya will be a great avenue and asset tonight. So go to her Facebook. She does have her information on there. It would be very helpful to you. It'll be right there at Marlon's Closet tonight, and I think it's 5 to 7:30. Don't quote me on the time. Kenya, if you want to put your information in there so that I can give it, Kenya, put your information in there and I'll share that on radio. But yeah, you've been wanting to write a book. Kenya Young, tonight, there's the class on getting started on writing your book. So this will be very helpful to you. Now, let me say to those of you who've been considering selling your home, you're in a position right now that you need to sell your home. You're either behind in the mortgage or you just can't catch up, and they've been threatening to foreclose. If that's the case, if they've been threatening to foreclose, here's what I need you to do. Contact my team. I recently was showing a property. A seller was selling, and I had a buyer very interested. We wrote an offer. The bank foreclosed on this property. And because they didn't do a pre-foreclosure sale, the bank took $320,000. They foreclosed on the home, and the lady owed a very little amount of money. And from what they purchased the house, they allowed the bank to foreclose on it and lost the equity. Let me ask you, if you know someone that's in trouble, don't be embarrassed. You're not the first. You will not be the last. Don't be embarrassed. Don't let pride take you for a ride and get rid of you, because that's what happens with pride. When you take the P off, it takes you for a ride. And if you take the E off a ride, it gets rid of you. And so don't let pride keep you from what's yours. If you've been in that house 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you very well may have equity there. And if you have to sell, guess what? You can purchase again. I've helped families get $400,000. Some families have gotten $150,000, $220,000. Guess what? They pay off the cars, pay off some bills. Within 6 months to a year, guess what? You can purchase a home again. Then you need to contact DeVille. If you hear me on the radio, don't call other realtors. If you hear me on the radio and I'm giving you information, contact my team. This is what I do. This is what I do it for, to help you. Not everyone knows the information that I'm giving. I have realtors that listen to learn. So I'm telling you, I've been 7 years right here. I've been over 35 years in real estate. Now, I'm here every week, many times 3 days a week, radio shows 4 days a week. Let me say this to you. We are very qualified at what we do, and I don't know that I have to prove that in any way. The fact that I've been here 7 years should tell you the man must know something, right? And the longevity, we're blessed by God, and this has been ordained of God of what we're doing to help many of you. Now, shame on you if you don't take the help, and the help is here. Shame on you if you know someone need the help and you don't share with them. You're not their life raft. Shame on you. Why wouldn't you be a raft to someone else? Why wouldn't you help someone that you know need, sell their home and save that equity? But the bank foreclosed and they got to move out anyway with nothing. The bank gives you nothing. They just get the keys back. They foreclose, they evict you out of the property, right? And those are some of the sad things that happens when the bank takes your home, unfortunately. So again, 702-515-4100 or 702-787-7559. Greg DeVille, Team DeVille, DeVille Realty Group. Want to send special condolences to the Jenkins family. My wife unfortunately lost her dad on last evening, complication of surgery. Man, let me say this to you. Don't wait to get your health checked. I'm going to begin a talk show on men's health. And so I'm going to be recruiting some of the doctors to come in and talk about this men's health, that we don't wait till it's too late. And the doctor said, if you came sooner, we could have done more. And unfortunately, things get so far along because as men, we feel like it makes you less of a man. I got insurance. I'm always going. I'm like, oops, something not right. Nope, let me check it out. Oh, it was okay. Oh, okay. It was heartburn. Oh, okay. That's why I got insurance, right? So again, men, let's take care of ourselves, man. We don't, young men checking out because we fail to do men's health. Very, very important. So, sad situation. My father-in-law's a great guy, man, but just had some health challenges, and so our condolences to the family, to those of you that knew Carlos Jenkins. Great man to know, great brother, man. My father-in-law just so yes, okay. So moving right along, don't forget 702-515-4100 or 787-7559. Don't forget, we do offer those homebuyer education class each and every second Saturday of each month. We had a great class this month again, as usual, right? Because it's what we do. We promote these classes. We promote helping families, get what they need. Get what they need, and that's down payment in many cases. So thank you, Diana. We appreciate your condolences, and that's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to talk about. So I'm gonna pull myself together. But look, I'm soliciting your prayers for our family. Also, do me a favor, tell a friend that book writing class with Kenya. She's at 910 West Orange. It's 5:30 to 7:30 tonight. Help her have a great, successful class tonight. Learning about book writing. You've been wanting to write a book, and so I know I've been wanting it. And when she offered it, I'm like, you know what? There's a minimal fee. Trust me, there's a minimal fee. That's okay. You can afford it. You do other stuff that costs way more. Minimal fee to get it done. It's okay. I'm sure you can handle it. And if it's a problem, tell her to let me know. If you got a problem, then let me know. Because if you sincerely want to do this, not just because you just want to do something, but if it's really on your heart to write this book and get started and get to where to start, because that's a big challenge, is like, where do I start, right? So my wife has written her book, but my wife is busy. Do I really want to sit down and take her time for what she's doing as well? So this class came and said, oh, here you go. Great. So again, whether buying, selling, or investing, DeVille Realty can help. So give DeVille Realty a call. We want to help you get going where you are. Referral business is required and requested of you. Any referral business, whether they want to buy, they want to sell, they're thinking about taking equity to reinvest that equity. You love your home, you have great equity, but what do you do with it? Create something that brings in a residual income. You want a residual income, okay? Now, with this residual income, what happens is you have something coming in on top of what you work for. This is just off the equity in your home, right? So we can help you do that. If you've been thinking about selling and buying a new home, don't go without a real estate agent. Hopefully you call Greg DeVille, but at least go with a realtor, because these new home builders, in the price of the sale of the new home is the cost to the realtor. So you're paying for the realtor through the price of the home. So when you go, you just give them that money free. So why not contact the free buyer with DeVille Realty? We offer free buyer representation. That means I do not charge you to help you find to purchase a home. This is what we do. And even if you're considering selling, we work with you on the commission. It's negotiable. It's not one flat fee. It's negotiable. Depending on which service you care for us to render is the service we can provide. And this is what we do. We want to make sure we're helping in the community. Don't forget, for someone just tuning in, I'm Greg DeVille, broker owner at DeVille Realty Group. We're helping families with no money down home buying programs to get you into a home that will certainly bless your future, bless your children's future. There's something left when you pass. Leave them a home, not just stuff, not stuff that they can't even fit, wear, or use, right? But a home that you could put in a living trust, and you can leave it there until their children are grown. They'll always have a home. You could put it in the trust. I don't never want it to be sold. Guess what? It can never be sold. A living trust is important if you have a property. So again, we have people who can help you with that. For more information, contact our team. Michelle White, good to see you this morning. Hudson, amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. You all listen. Tell a friend for me. We're going on our 7th year right here at Power 88, sharing information. And again, thank you so many of you that have done so, already sharing about what we do. But there's more yet to. I meet people who haven't heard the DeVille show. I meet people who say, I've heard you and haven't called, but they eventually get there. But if you know someone that Maybe they listen to another radio show. I don't know. But you know that they have been renting. Landlord's gone up on the rent. Guess what? Tell them to call DeVille. We just got some new grant funding. We've got to use those funds, but you've got to qualify. We have the qualifications with several of our lenders that you can get pre-approved with, okay? 702-515-4100. If you're looking to sell your home, contact me at 702-787-7559. Now, probate sales, we are very familiar with those as well. If you have someone that unfortunately passed away and they didn't have a trust, they may have had a will. If they had a will, you still go to probate. But if they had a trust, you avoid the probate. That's the good part. So now the judge in a will or no will, you die intestate, guess what? The judge makes the final decision about your stuff. So if you don't want that to happen, then trust me, you want to get with someone that could prepare a trust for you. Okay, we have people on standby, law groups that do that as well as probate. Again, Greg DeVille, 702-787-7559, or contact my Northwest location, 702-515-4100. Well, as I prepare to go, I did ask you for your referral business, right? Yes, I did. I did ask you for your referral business. I did tell you we got grant money. Yes, I did tell you we got grant money. I did tell you there were nearly 3,000 homes sold in the month of July. I did tell you that. Okay. The FHA rates, did I tell you what they are? FHA rates are about 6.25, 6.129. Yeah, they're a little high, but so is rent, right? They're a little high, but so is the landlord. So, but at least when you pay a mortgage, you have no prepayment penalty. It's a fixed rate. It's locked in. Thank you, Hudson. Thank you so much. It's locked in for 30 years. You can pay it off with no payment penalty. You could do a 30-year and pay it off in 15. There's a way to do it. Now, with all that being said, the rates are a little high, but so is rent. We can get you in that home. If I could sell your home with no money down, would you buy it? If your answer is yes, 702-787-7559. You can text or contact that number, or you can call my office, 702-515-4100. I'm Greg DeVille, DeVille Realty Group. So glad to be with you on today, this beautiful Friday. It's a great weekend ahead. So many things to do. Certainly want to ask all of you to be careful, drive safely. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Watch out for the man next door. And men, please take care of your health. Go see your doctor. Go do a checkup. Check yourself. Don't wait too late before they can't do anything at all. So I just want to put that plug out there. Listen, I appreciate all of you. Thank you again for the referral business. I look forward to speaking to you again Sunday at 2:30 right here at Power 88 People Station, where I'm so excited to be back with you once again. Till I talk to you on Sunday at 2:30, may God's best be yours. Take care. All right, have a good day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Share this video. Would you do that for me? Thank you, and God bless.